Thanks for joining us for this look at the best original reporting from KPBS News this week. I'm Matt Hoffman in for Maya Trabulsi. Coming up, the debate over renaming public places. One local college decides to make a change as past comments by a school benefactor come to light. Dealing with the side effects of cannabis use, especially among older adults. We'll hear from those who say the experience just isn't for everyone. And on a cold and stormy week, we take you to Cuyamaca Outdoor School, where kids enjoyed a rare day in the snow. The global story this week is Russia's invasion of Ukraine reaching the 1-year mark. It started with President Joe Biden making a surprise trip to the country. President Biden was already in Europe for a series of meetings in Poland, but he traveled several hours by train to Ukraine's capital. There he met with Ukraine's president and re-emphasized America's support. That includes $500 million in new military aid. Millions of Ukrainians have left the country and many have ended up here in San Diego. This week, Balboa Park's House of Ukraine hosted a somber ceremony. It included the ringing of a bell that stands for freedom. KPBS reporter Kitty Alvarado was there.
The Ukrainian anthem echoed in the square of San Diego's Air and Space Museum for a ceremony on the eve of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The House of Ukraine, the Air and Space Museum, and the Spirit of the Liberty Foundation organized the event. But America's Freedom Bell was the guest of honor, forged with steel from the Twin Towers that fell on 9/11.
May this occasion serve as a reminder of the founding principles of our nation and the importance of promoting freedom and liberty for all around the world, especially in Ukraine.
Last year, Russia's president said the invasion would last 3 days. It's been 365. The bell was rung once for each day the Ukrainian people have repelled the Russian forces. The first to ring the bell was one of the few living Medal of Freedom recipients, Marine Robert Mojasevsky.
And this is just another occasion for freedom for the Ukrainian people, and I support you.
One by one, people lined up to ring the bell. Many waved the colors of Ukraine and even wrapped themselves in the flag. But everyone there felt like they were a part of something bigger.
Today, we are all Ukrainian.
And when it was over,
365, ladies and gentlemen.
Those who rung the bell reflected on what it meant.
It helped me to feel that I'm at home.
Mother and daughter, Oksana and Nina Pidugna, have only been here 2 years. For them, freedom can't come soon enough.
I'm sorry, just some of my...
It's our pain every day, every time, every second. We are sleeping and we see dreams about Ukraine, and every time, every day we are waiting our winner, that Ukraine will win.
Because most of our relatives, my uncles in the war right now, they're soldiers. Some of my friends, they're on this war and they're fighting on the front line, and I want to hear just the little sound of their voices and understand that they're alive.
We are ready to die, but we want to live.
Kitty Alvarado, KPBS News.
God bless America.
In recent weeks, we've seen a reemergence of the Catholic Church sex abuse scandal. Now a lawsuit is accusing the local diocese of committing real estate fraud to avoid paying victims' claims. KPBS reporter Jacob Ayer has details.
Less than 2 weeks after the Diocese of San Diego said it may have to file for bankruptcy, it's now the target of a lawsuit regarding its finances and properties.
In that lawsuit, we are alleging that the diocese fraudulently transferred 291 properties to separate parish corporations, dummy corporations, and properties that are worth over $400 million.
Attorney Erwin Zalkin says the diocese did that to avoid paying fair compensation to victims of childhood sexual abuse. The diocese is facing roughly 400 of those types of claims, and Zalkin's firm represents about 120 clients. Zalkin says this new lawsuit is critically important if the diocese does file for bankruptcy.
It's all about what assets the diocese has, what insurance coverage they have, what's available to them, as a financial resource to compensate the victims.
The 480-page lawsuit alleges that in September of 2019, after a bill extended the statute of limitations of child abuse claims, the diocese fraudulently transferred assets to 93 separate parish corporations. Zalkin says this lawsuit seeks to reverse those transfers.
This diocese and its parishes have engaged in a conspiratorial enterprise to defraud child abuse victims and to deny them the justice they deserve.
The news coincides with the arrival of Lent this year and has created some unease for the local Catholic faithful. Matthew Savino was at Mission San Diego to attend Mass for Ash Wednesday. He told KPBS that even with the difficult times for the diocese, he's staying focused on his religion.
I'm just here for my faith and to stick to God, so I'm not going to let that really interfere with what's going on.
The Diocese of San Diego is pushing back on the claims in the new suit. In a statement, they said that under canon law, assets of each parish are separate and independent of the diocese, and that more than a decade ago, it started formalizing the legal status of the parishes and their assets under civil law. The diocese also says that move came before the bill to extend the time frame for filing sexual abuse suits. Diocese spokesperson Kevin Eckery now says they should have a decision on whether or not they will file for bankruptcy by midsummer. Jacob Ayer, KPBS News.
Court documents obtained by KPBS are providing new details into the case involving former SDSU football players accused of raping an underage teen. Unsealed warrants reveal police were looking for photos, videos, and location data on cell phones, as well as social media accounts. The documents also reveal that police were looking at 2 additional men as possible suspects, and that's in addition to 3 who were on the football team at the time. The district attorney's office declined to file charges in December, saying there was not enough evidence for conviction. The civil suit filed by the now 18-year-old woman is still ongoing. Cal State San Marcos is removing one of its founding fathers' names from campus. That's because of comments he made decades ago about people who came to the U.S. illegally. KPBS North County reporter Tanya Thorne looks into that decision and what's next for the building.
The late William Anderson Craven had a long history as a public servant. In the military, on the San Diego County Board of Supervisors, and in the state Senate. But his biggest accomplishment was bringing North County its own university, Cal State San Marcos. In April 1993, Craven Hall was named for the senator for his role in establishing the university. But that dedication was met with controversy over comments he made 2 months before during a hearing on border issues.
There'd be a lot of people who disagree with what I'm going to say, and it's just a thought that I have. It's not a philosophy of mine, but it seems rather strange that we go out of our way to take care of the rights of these individuals who are perhaps on the lower scale of our humanity for one reason or another.
That comment got Craven accused of racism towards undocumented immigrants. But it was not until this year that university officials voted to have the late senator's name removed from Craven Hall. The vote came after a task force spent 18 months in research, meetings, and discussion of the change.
It was a lot of work, and I think people struggled. They struggled with ways in which to reconcile what they were learning, how they were hearing very different views, and to think about what was the right thing or the best thing to help the campus and the students and faculty and staff here move forward.
To hear from the senator's family and his friends, we are compassionate. This is an emotional and difficult issue. There is pain there for sure. And then we also heard from students and community members who were in pain. We have colleagues on this campus who have been in pain for 30 years over this. And so there was a lot of emotional work that went into it.
And a lot of emotion for the senator's daughter, Tricia Craven Worley. She says her father dedicated his life to the university.
He did it exactly for the people who are populating the university now. Over 50%, as you know, are Hispanic. It's exactly what he had in mind. Now, if that's what he had in mind, why are they removing his name? This is so wrong.
Craven had defended his comments, saying they were taken out of context.
My father never apologized because he never said anything wrong. What he said was, first of all, a conjecture, not a statement, because perhaps means perhaps. Well, maybe. Well, what am I thinking? Perhaps they are on a lower level of humanity. In a hearing on economics,
Craven's name isn't the first to be removed from a school building or city monument. But Craven Worley thinks that if the past is going to be brought up today, it should be brought up for every statue commemorated on campus to be fair. Prado Olmos says the decision upholds the university's mission and values.
Is it fair to judge someone in the past by the values of today? I think in my mind that's kind of a false dichotomy, because the values of today were there in the past. They just weren't acknowledged or held up. They weren't part of the structures of politics and power at the time.
Senator Craven's name and bust has yet to be removed. The university plans to discuss how to best commemorate the senator's contribution in a different way. But his daughter says if his name isn't good enough to be on the building, she doesn't want it on campus at all.
I want to retrieve his papers and memorabilia from the library. I will demand that his scholarship that we created be stopped and that the principal be returned to the family to distribute in an appropriate way, because, oh my gosh, who would ever want, I mean, would you want to have a scholarship that's from a white supremacist racist? So, you know, if that's the case, we don't want anything to do with it. Good luck.
Tanya Thorne, KPBS News.
That story by Tanya Thorne is a good example of the in-depth feature reporting from the KPBS newsroom. You can stream our content anytime on YouTube. That's where we also live stream Evening Edition weeknights at 5 p.m. One of the hottest tickets recently is a lotto ticket. And just last week, it was announced that a Southern California resident won a record $2 billion jackpot. KPBS education reporter MG Perez explains how lottery money also means a big win for public schools.
The sound of lottery tickets, printing numbers that could be the Powerball prize winner.
So get your tickets ready. Here come tonight's winning numbers. Let's start things off this evening.
Between Powerball, Mega Millions, Super Lotto Plus, and those scratchers, altogether, the lottery has raised $41 billion to benefit public schools across the state. That includes K-12 schools, community colleges, and public universities. 80 cents of every $2 Powerball or Mega Millions ticket you buy goes to just about every kind of education program. Alva Johnson is director of the California State Lottery.
These numbers represent promises kept since voters created the lottery in 1984 with the explicit purpose and intent to raise supplemental funding for public education. That's our mission.
It is lighting up. Yes, you did it.
Sarah Hillard is a science teacher at Millennial Tech Middle School in the Choice View neighborhood, a campus in the San Diego Unified District. Her specialty includes lessons in robotics and 3D printing. She's also an expert at finding funding and donations for all the extras she wants her students to have so they can learn and succeed.
We're appreciative for all the money the district gives us, all the money that we get from our site, all the money that we get from concerned partners in the community. Nonprofits look to us and are just asking what can we do to help out. So we definitely appreciate the lottery money, but we appreciate money from all the different sources that it comes from.
I like to say lottery money for schools is bonus money.
Carolyn Becker is the California Lottery's Deputy Director of Public Affairs and Communications. Part of her job is to explain to the rest of us how lottery money benefits students.
We don't want people to think of the lottery as the savior for schools. As most people know, education funding is quite complex. They always need more. Again, we are here to raise supplemental funding, not replace those traditional dollars, and we're proud to do it.
Here's a battery. All right. How are we doing, ladies?
In Miss Hillard's class, that money could be used to buy extras like the LED lights and batteries her students are using in their Black History Month projects this week. They each chose a quote from a famous leader, athlete, or community activist, then carved it into a piece of acrylic and wired the base to light up their learning. 7th grader Jada Blackman is grateful for the extra resources.
I chose never be limited by other people's limited imagination, and the quote was made by Mae Jamerson, one of the first Black astronauts.
Her classmate, Alana Lada, is thrilled to be in this science class.
We've made a bunch of 3D prints from our 3D printers. We've also made a bunch of custom DIY t-shirts and stuff, and it's pretty cool. And robots.
Lottery money not only pays for these extras, but also can be applied to pay salaries to retain quality teachers, like a special ed assistant. But it cannot be used for things like new school buildings. The money is distributed to districts based on attendance, supplementing with small amounts of funding that are flexible and valuable, says the lottery communications director.
You're supporting public schools no matter whether you win or lose. So every ticket sold, every ticket played is a win, we like to say, for public education.
Sarah Hillard is a devoted educator and a player.
I do buy lottery tickets. I do buy lottery tickets. I've yet to hit big, but here's hoping.
And the power of the Powerball keeps rolling on. MG Perez, KPBS News.
Here's a look at some of the most read stories this week from kpbs.org. How far will local home prices drop? A UCSD model says we could see a double-digit reduction by the end of this year. There's more protections on the way for renters in the South Bay. Read about the new rules taking effect March 1st. And could this be the last season for the Padres' Manny Machado? Why the All-Star says he's planning to test free agency. In California, marijuana is legal and a relatively safe drug, but legalization has brought an increase in adverse side effects and cannabis-related ER visits. KPBS Science and Technology reporter Thomas Fudge has that story.
Michael had been smoking marijuana for at least 20 years when, one day, he started feeling heartburn. Soon after he had a bowel movement, the severe nausea began.
After that, I had these vomiting cycles about every 4 hours when I would just have this incredibly brutal nausea.
Michael is an Ocean Beach resident who didn't want his last name used.
This went on a Sunday. I went to urgent care that night. They couldn't help me. The next morning, I wound up in the emergency room getting an IV for dehydration.
The condition Michael suffered is called cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome, a severe nausea that can happen among people who have used marijuana for a long time. Other side effects of cannabis include a rapid heart rate, paranoia, and cannabis-induced psychosis. San Diegan Justin Morrison comes from a family with a history of mental illness. He remembers getting high after seeing a movie.
I had to remain in the parking lot in the car with my friend till about 3 o'clock in the morning because during that time I became catatonic. I was unable to speak, and I had sort of intense visualizations of regressing backward in time, back into the womb.
He said his brother had it much worse, ending up in the hospital several times after using pot, in one case for 6 months.
It has a particular effect on his attention, and so he tends to get hyper-focused on, let's say, kind of metaphysical elements. So he'll have a conversation with someone and start to believe that this person has mystical powers, that is perhaps, a saint or Jesus Christ himself.
A study out of UC San Diego showed that after cannabis was legalized for medical use in California in 1996, many elderly people were ending up in the hospital. The study found an 1,800% increase in cannabis-related emergency room visits among people older than 65 from 2005 to 2019. Dr. Benjamin Hahn, a geriatrician and UC San Diego professor, authored the study. The study didn't specify what conditions caused the hospital visits, but Hahn says his work with older folks who use medical cannabis have been revealing. He said one spoke of a time he swallowed quite a few cannabis-laced gummies.
And then, 2 hours later, my heart is racing. It's like my heart is racing. I'm so anxious. I don't know what's going on. And then they end up in the emergency department.
Doctors like Hahn stress that cannabis is not a drug all people need to avoid. Keep in mind, he said, alcohol-related ER visits happen at 10 times the rate of cannabis. But there are some groups of people that are definitely at risk of cannabis side effects. Igor Grant, the director of UCSD's Center for Medicinal Cannabis Research, said many old folks are unfamiliar with cannabis, and when you use cannabis orally, you don't feel the effect right away.
They think, well, maybe I haven't taken it up enough, so they take more. But what's actually happening is there's this delayed process of absorption. And then when they take a lot more, they get hammered.
Grant said the condition of nausea and vomiting that Michael suffered is not uncommon, but it is a bit ironic since cannabis can actually prevent nausea in cancer patients.
In my brother's case,
Justin Morrison said his brother, who suffered psychosis after cannabis use, is doing better. Now he knows he can't touch marijuana.
This is how you do a single dose without overloading. Right here, this thing.
Michael from Ocean Beach still uses cannabis to treat his PTSD. He shows me what he calls an O-ring he uses to limit his use to a small hit. After suffering nausea years ago, he learned that he was just taking too much. And given the strong THC content in today's pot, you need to be careful to moderate your use of it.
People need to be educated about marijuana use, and they need to be warned.
Michael added that these days, medicinal users are usually left to figure out the cannabis doses they need on their own. The study of cannabis has been held back because it remains a Schedule I narcotic under federal law. Thomas Fudge, KPBS News.
Green bins are becoming more common across San Diego County. That's since a bill to reduce the amount of food waste sent to landfills went into effect last year. But do you know what can go in them? KPBS reporter Claire Strong went to find out.
Even if you have a small space, right, you have a balcony, just a patio, and all you can really stand is this much space, maybe just a small box, you can put worms in there.
Nam Haley-Duke from the Solana Center for Environmental Innovation in Encinitas is as passionate about composting as he is knowledgeable. Asked what should go into those green bins, he says the general rule is if it grows, it goes.
Your blueberries, your strawberries, banana peels, orange peels, eggshells, even this friendly looking guy.
Things we should be putting into the green bins include plate scrapings, vegetable trimmings, even meat. And don't forget to throw your used paper towels in there too. Just remember not to include anything like plastic, which doesn't break down easily.
So if you're thinking paper product, you're thinking the right way. Let's take a look at even some of this stuff, old tissues and napkins that we've used in the past. This also putting into our compost pile.
Nam recommends storing organic waste in a composting caddy until we're ready to transfer it into the green bin. Paper can be used to create a sort of composting burrito, which keeps the caddy clean.
We have orange peel, we have green onions. This is actually kind of therapeutic.
Yeah, isn't it nice?
Oh, and this one's interesting. This is the coffee, the ground coffee, and this coffee bag can also actually be recycled and composted.
Another top tip by Nam: freeze your waste until collection day to avoid smells and unwanted pests. So now we know what we should be putting in our green bin. Why are we being asked to do it? Well, it's all part of Bill SB 1383, which aims to cut the amount of organic waste being sent to landfills across California. Jessica Todt is the executive director at the Solana Center and explains why it's so harmful for the environment.
In our landfill, we put layer upon layer, and so there's no oxygen getting to that material. And it creates gas, as I mentioned, methane and nitrous oxide, which are as much as 80 times more potent than carbon dioxide.
Once the green bins are emptied, the waste will then make its way to one of the county's composting facilities. It's hoped all this will reduce the amount of organic waste in landfills by 75% over the next 2 years. Claire Strong, KPBS News.
Finally, a day that's going to stick in the memories of some local sixth graders. Tanya Thorne joined them out in the elements in Descanso.
Snow, snow, and more snow. Students who went off to their sixth grade camp at Cuyamaca Outdoor School got a snowy surprise, thanks to the recent storm hitting San Diego.
This week was especially special because it snowed! Woohoo! So we're all super excited about that. We had a little bit of snowfall yesterday, and that was really exciting for the kids. And today we've got, probably 7 to 8 inches of snow.
Chris Pamantuan is the principal of the school and says snow days like today aren't very common.
We've had a couple of small snowstorms this year, just, maybe an inch of snow. The last one was a few weeks ago, and we didn't get snow down here in camp. But the last big snow like this was a couple of years ago. So this is really special.
And it creates a special experience for the kids.
It's your first time seeing the snow?
Yes.
What'd you think?
I thought it was really cool.
Were you expecting to see the snow when you were coming to camp?
I thought it was just going to be cold and rainy.
And we got to see different kinds of snow because yesterday there was these little circles because apparently the rain froze midway.
I like it a lot because it's my first time.
This place is cool. We got to sled. I didn't know we were going to sled. It was a lot of snow at the beginning, and then they plowed it, which was kind of sad.
Well, first it was really cold, and then I started playing it, and it was really soft.
Pamantuan says this group of kids got a camp experience they'll always remember. And that special experience is part of what the outdoor school tries to show them.
They spend the week with us, they eat their meals and stay in cabins. Our staff takes them out hiking and they learn science out on the trail, doing community science activities, and they get to play out in nature and really get a deep connection with nature and learn a lot about science during the week that they're here.
But she says the snow was more than enough motivation to get the kids outdoors this week.
They wake up in the morning and they look out of their cabin and they see snow on the ground and they are cheering and yelling, and the first thing they want to do is go out in the snow and play in the snow and touch the snow and just be in it. But they are just thrilled. They're so excited.
Tanya Thorne, KPBS News.
We hope you enjoyed this look at KPBS News this week. I'm Matt Hoffman. Thanks so much for joining us.